Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Connor, and today I'm here to show you guys the tutorial for the Bermuda House Cube by Dayan. Now this puzzle definitely looks more intimidating than it really is when scrambled, but it's just an easy solve, kind of like a 3x3, just some little roadblocks because of this triangle right here. So I know what you guys are thinking, just get into the tutorial, so let's just get right into the scramble then. So here looks like a very sufficient scramble, so let's get right into the solve. So the first thing that we're going to do is make a cross. Now this cross is definitely different than your typical 3x3. Instead of making it on the yellow side where there will be 4 edges, this is only going to be a 3-edge cross. So what we need to do is find the green and black one and the red and black one. So the green one is right here, so just rotate it over. So now what we need to do is get this red one up to here as well. So what we're going to do is rotate it. We may have to skew this a little bit, rotate it up so that this matches up perfectly with this little house part, and then we need to rotate it. Now when we rotate it, it might be skewed like this, and there is an algorithm to fix it. And that algorithm is, make sure that the red part is faced towards you, and then it's L2, U2, see, L2, U, L2, UI. And there you go, put these edges in the right position and permuted correctly. So now the next thing that we need to do is get the blue one. So we need to find that, and it is right here. Now as you can see, when we go to put it in place, it is automatically skewed. There isn't a specific spot for this. And what I mean by that is that this one has blue and orange, so it's in the right spot even though it doesn't look right. So now what we need to do is put in our corners. So here's a corner that will go in the red one, so all we need to do is flip it. So this part is really intuitive. You should definitely get the hang of this easily, so we just get one corner in. Here's the blue one, so I got where it needs to go so that you can twist this layer. And so what we need to do is get this in place and rotate it down and put it in. And you could keep putting this back where it belongs, like rotating them back in place if that doesn't throw you off. So then we will put in these last two corners. Here's the orange one, which will go on this layer. So you need to rotate it so that we can twist it. There we go. So then we just need to do this corner placement algorithm. There's not really an algorithm for it. It's just kind of twisting it. It's like an RIDI move, but with the left side. And there we go. And now we have this last one. And now our entire first side and cross, along with the layer, is complete. The next thing that we need to do is get our second layer. And this one is already in place, so we need to find one without yellow because that's the top color. Here's one right here. So what we need to do is rotate it over its designated center. And then it needs to go to the left, well, to the right side. So we need to move this one to the left. And then we need to orient this so that we have the right moves. We have the right turns to be able to do this algorithm. So for this algorithm, we need a right turn and an F turn. And that's just like this. It doesn't matter where this is at on the cube. So the piece is over here, and the algorithm is R, UI, RI, UI, F, U, FI. Get the corner in place along with the edge. So then we find another one, which is right here. So we also need to get to the right again, and you do the same algorithm. And there you go. So we need to do this for all of the pieces, all the edges. You can get one that goes to the left. Now this one doesn't really matter where it goes, but we're just going to put it over the red one and put it in the left. And the left algorithm is pretty much the opposite of the right one, obviously, but you just have to put in the L moves along with it. So the algorithm to move a piece to the left is LI, U, L, U, FI, UI, F, and got it in place. So all the pieces are in place, even though this one doesn't look like it. If you put it like it would be when it's solved, it looks like the chimney. So now we need to put in our cross for our yellow side. Now we can do this by doing two simple algorithms, but the first thing we need to do is make sure that 3 pieces are up, or 1. In this case there's only 2, So that means something is off. Let's just do an algorithm anyway, see what happens. So the first algorithm that we're going to do to try and get the yellow cross is this. F, R, U, R, I, U, I, F, I. And I mixed up those F's, but you'll see it on the screen. So now we only have 3 up, and this one is wrong. So that means we need to replace this with one of these two. We will just choose the right one. So we'll do the right algorithm. Now I'll find that piece, and we will put it in. So now we're going to the left. Did that do anything to help it out? No, it didn't. So let's find another piece. Let's do it with this. So we're going to put this one in place of here. So it's going to go to the right. And we need to do that again to get this one into here. So we're going to the left. And now we have 4. So we're going to, this is kind of an intuitive process. Just keep doing something, replacing pieces until you get 3 pieces. So we'll do it one more time. Now we need to flip this all the way around and do it to the left again. And there we go, we have our cross. Sometimes you'll have 3, sometimes you'll have all of them, sometimes you'll even have 1. It doesn't really matter, but I'll give you the algorithms anyway in case you have that condition. So the first algorithm to get your cross into place is if you have 3 in a line, with no, if these 2 are flipped over but you have 3 in a line, then you'll put it so that it's horizontal, and you'll do this algorithm. Fi, R, U, Ri, Ui, F. One of them that we did before. And then when you have this L like this, then you'll replace the R with the U. So then you'll do Fi, U, R, Ui, Ri, F. And there you go, you have your cross. So now we need to line up all of these centers. Well, all of these edges with their centers. So let's see how many we line up. And we only have 2 out of the 3, which is good. I mean 2 out of the 4, which is good. So what we're going to do is put these 2 solved ones to the right and to the back, and then we're going to do this algorithm. Rotate it so that you need this side and this side. And then you're going to do R, U, Ri, Ui, U, R, 2U, Ri. Got mixed up with my U's there. So then we rotate it back over, and we rotate it to match their centers. And they all match up. So the next thing that we need to do is get our centers, our corners, oriented. So how are we going to do that? Look around and see which ones are in place and which ones aren't. As you can see, this one's in place, and none of them are. This one is also in place, but just barely. So what we're going to do is, you have to think about it for a second. If we rotate, if we have this one as the bottom corner, and what we're going to do is switch this corner to here, this one to here, this one to here. If we do that, we'll have to do this algorithm twice for it to work. And that seems like a good sacrifice. So what we're going to do is hold this one to the bottom right, and we're going to do this next algorithm twice. And we have a little different notation here. What I mean by that is that we're going to be doing half turns for this. So what I want you to do is orient your right corner, your correct corner in the bottom right, and orient your bottom face like this. So you have a right side and an F side. So what you're going to do is, when we do a half turn, I'll just label it as half on the screen, and half prime. So this algorithm is U, R, Ui, half, Li, U, half prime, Ri, Ui, half, L. I'll do that again. So orient it back. U. Oops, let's redo that. U, R, Ui, half, Li, U, half prime, Ri, Ui, half, L. And after those 2 times, this one's in place, these 2 are in place, all of them are in place. So the last thing you have to do is our RIDI moves to get it into place. So rotate it so that we have this and this and that. So the placement of your bottom face will look like this with the first corner. And then of course they'll just be doing the alleged RD move. So that would be RIDI, RD. And you just keep doing this until all your corners are solved. I'll solve one, and then I'll just fast forward through the rest. So, a lot of that puzzle was just taking 3x3 algorithms and putting it onto this puzzle, but in a different fashion so that you could continue the algorithms without the roadblock being in the way. With the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, you don't even have to worry about that. But for this one, you have to keep constant about this piece down here, so that ruins your way of thinking for the bottom face. And I hope you guys learned to solve your Dayan, Bermuda, house, cube, triangle, house, whatever you even want to call it. Kind of a tongue twister, but I hope you guys learned to solve it, and I'll see you guys later.